friends, this is Josephine. Welcome to Modern Mystics. Today I'm going to be doing a kind of a body acceptance guided meditation. I've gotten these guided meditations from mindfulnessexercises.com. So if you want to look into it and you can go through them by yourself, or you can just look and see what they have to offer. I think they've got a lot of great stuff on there. Today I'm going to use their mindful body acceptance guided meditation. I think we just, especially in America, in Western countries, we worry a lot about how we look. We worry about, our bodies fitting this kind of immaculate pattern that, it's not achievable for a lot of people. And, these standards have been kind of provided, but the reasoning behind them I don't think is that great. I don't feel like it helps us to be healthy a lot of the time. You can just look and see, people complaining about hip dips and, this little extra bulge in their stomach, or, their arms are too fat or something. And, while I've definitely dealt with body image stuff as well, the older I've gotten, I've realized that the more focus that you put on what's wrong with your body, it's just not good for you. It's not healthy, and to be honest, it's there to sell items that you don't need. It's there to make you feel insecure about yourself, all of this different, and I feel like we're kind of breaking out of it a little bit. You start to see the body positivity movement and things like that, but we still have all of this imagery bombarding us all the time of this is what the perfect man looks like, this is what the perfect woman looks like, this decade, this is what the perfect woman looks like, and now you need to change everything about yourself to fit that mold. And hopefully, this will help a little bit to make you kind of aware that those body standards are made up. They're part of an ultimate mission to sell things to you. You don't have to look like that. That doesn't have to be your idea of beauty. That doesn't have to be your idea of health. And just pay attention to how you talk to yourself regarding your body, and how you talk about other people's bodies, even just mentally. Understand your relationship to how bodies look, or even to how your face looks. What you want to do is kind of pay attention to how your body feels as you go through this meditation. Pay attention to how your stomach feels, pay attention to how your chest feels, pay attention to how your head feels. The more aware you are of your body's sort of reaction to this meditation, I think the more you'll get out of it. And try not to overthink. Whenever you're doing a meditation, I think it's good not to overthink it. It's good to kind of allow yourself to get out of your head, to get into your body, and get into your emotions, and just sort of feel what's going on there. And be honest with yourself, and accept whatever feelings you have. If you can't jump straight out of what you've always thought of as being beauty, that's understandable. That's completely understandable. That's fine. Just try and see if you're understanding a little better where I'm coming from with this. See if you understand a little better. Oh, maybe it's not as important to worry about what I look like, what my body's appearance is every single second of the day, and it might be better to focus on, how can I be kind to my body? How can I accept my body? How can I, be thankful for what my body does for me every day? And just, how can you apply this to your everyday life? How can you bring this into your own life and go, okay, now I'm more focused on health. Now I'm more focused on how I actually feel in my body, not wondering if everyone is paying attention to how my body looks, and more, how does my body feel? Do I feel good? Do I feel, have I eaten today? Have I slept enough the night before? What do I need to, elevate my level of experience in my body? So with all that said, I think let's get into it. Now the first thing that you kind of want to do is just like get comfortable, kind of stretch out for a second, stretch out your shoulders, stretch out your back. Just like if you hold a lot of tension in your shoulders or your neck, just try and stretch those out for a second. Be in a comfortable sitting position where you can kind of just not be thinking about how uncomfortable you are, because discomfort will distract you. And that's why meditation is done best in a very comfortable position after stretching. And if you need to lie down, you can lie down. Whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. There's not really a hard and fast right way to meditate, so just whatever makes you feel comfortable, get into that position, and then let's do a couple of like deep breaths. Okay, let's just go in. Feel all that tension just leaving. I'll do it one more time. Go back in. Let's do one last one. Alright. Let's get into the meditation. It says, many of us are so used to criticizing our bodies that we don't even notice ourselves doing it. We see ourselves naked and scoff at our body, our thighs, our skin. We think, if only that weren't so big, I have to lose weight, I wish I looked different. We look at our face in the mirror and we focus on our imperfections, our wrinkles, the features that we think should be different. And it becomes so ingrained in our habits and our self-talk that it comes as naturally to us as breathing. Critiquing our body can become part of our daily, sometimes hourly, dialogue with ourselves. And from the outside, we are reminded of our supposed imperfections all the time on movie screens, on social media, in clothing ads featuring airbrushed models. We often forget that bodies are not made to be perfect, and that even the idea of perfection is a construct. Most of all, we forget that our body is a living, breathing system that supports us in being alive. We can consciously change this habit, and when we do, we begin to see and feel that these thought patterns are not necessary, and they're certainly not helpful to our happiness. Even if we want to be healthier or slim down, it has been scientifically proven that being a jerk to ourselves does not cause lasting change. If possible, do this meditation wearing comfortable clothing, and if you can dress down and be aware of what your body looks like. If that's not comfortable for you, then just wear something, just whatever makes you feel comfortable in your own skin. Lie down somewhere where you can stretch and feel held by the ground or by something soft. If you're in bed, try to do this at a time where you won't fall asleep. But if you do fall asleep, that's okay. I won't judge you. So what you want to do is close your eyes. Take in all the sounds around you. Notice how it feels to be resting comfortably and to be doing something loving and kind for yourself. Are you noticing? Feel the sensation of the fabric or the ground beneath you and of any clothing that you are wearing. Notice the feeling of the air against your skin. Notice what it feels like just to pause. Rest in this noticing for a few minutes. I'm just going to be silent for a whole minute. and you take in everything around you. Take in the sensations on your skin, take in just your experience of this moment. I'm going to let you do it. Alright, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Now look at your feet. Look at your feet. What comes to mind when you look at your feet? Pay attention to the first thoughts entering your mind. You don't have to try and consciously change them. You don't have to dismiss them because you think you're not being spiritual enough about it. Just your genuine thoughts that first arise in you when you see your feet. So, is there a judgment or a dismissal? You don't have to fix this. You just need to notice how you're talking to yourself. Bring your gaze slowly up your calves. Pay attention to your calves, to the thoughts that you have surrounding them. Bring your attention up to your knees. Pay attention to what you notice about them. Bring your gaze out to your thighs. And notice your thoughts. Are you zoning in on imperfections? Are you thinking of positive things? Do you realize physical traits you need to change? Do you write them off as unchangeable, but you don't like them? Just notice your thoughts. You don't have to have any type of judgment on these thoughts. Now just put them aside. We're going to move on. Just notice other areas of your body. You can look at your stomach. You can look at your chest. You can look at your arms. Just follow where your eyes kind of lead and pay attention, move slowly. Don't feel like you need to rush through this. And if you do feel like you need to rush through this, just pay attention to that as well, but put it aside. You don't have to act on any impulses that you have. So, what comes to mind for you? And what kind of, what are you saying to yourself when you hear these things? How do you tend to speak to these parts of you? As you look at your body, do you notice any memories arising? Do you realize any regrets about your health or the way you've lived your life? Desserts you've eaten or diets you didn't follow? You can say these out loud if you want to. You don't have to. But just notice how you feel as you speak about these thoughts or you note these thoughts. Where does your body hold these emotions? How do they feel? Is there fluttering? Is there tightness? Are you, like, what emotions are you associating with these parts of your body? And what emotions do you feel when you kind of focus in on these parts of your body? And often this kind of noticing will bring up feelings of discomfort or unpleasant sensations. Just allow these to be with you there for a few moments without fighting them, because this is a normal, this is a natural part of this process. And you know, once you begin to notice them, you're understanding how you feel. And now I want you to imagine a loving presence. And this can be a human, this can be a pet, this can be a spiritual presence, this just anyone that you can think of that brings like a very loving, very accepting sensation to you. Think about this person. For some people this is a trusted family member or a friend. It's up to you. If you're having a hard time conjuring up a loving presence, just imagine what it might feel like to be loved unconditionally in a way that you'd want to be. Feel this within your body as well. You can imagine warm sunlight shining on you. You can imagine a cooling blue light that's healing and soothing you. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be anything that makes you feel better, anything that makes you feel loved, anything that makes you feel accepted. Now, if you've found that presence and you've got that in your mind and you've got that in your body, you can feel it. Now place your hands gently on the part of your body that you had the most criticism for. Imagine this loving presence moving through you, through your arms, into your hands, and into this body part. Allow this to be filled with acceptance, with warmth, with kindness. And I'm just going to be quiet for a moment and you just feel this experience. No need to rush. If you're noticing feelings of anxiety or fear or anger or resistance, that's okay. It's okay to feel those. Sometimes I feel like the worst thing we can do is push those away when they come up. Just let them be there. They're not in control of the situation, but you're acknowledging that they're there. Think about some of the good things that this part of your body has done for you. Think about how it's supported you. It may have digested your food. It may have helped you exercise. It may have held you up at your job. Held a child. Kept you healthy. Just acknowledge something positive that this part of your body has done for you. think about what might this body part, if it were someone you were talking to, what might it need to hear from you right now? A couple of things that it might need to hear could be thank you, could be I appreciate you, could be I love you, it could be I'm here for you, it could be I'm sorry, it could be I accept you just as you are. If any of those phrases resonated, if you got like a feeling during one of those phrases, that might be the one. If something specific came to mind, then go ahead and just repeat some of these phrases a few times to that part of your body while allowing the love to flow into it. If you're really meeting some resistance here, that's okay. If you can't say anything, that's okay. This can be a tough situation for people. And so if that resistance is really there, it's okay to acknowledge that resistance. Come back and try again at a later time. But if you're able to just see how it feels, giving some appreciation or some type of compassion to this part of your body. Just allow the love to flow from your hands into this body part. And if you can feel this love flowing into any other body part that might need it. And if you want to, you can extend this to your whole body. You might not be there yet. That's okay. Whatever you feel like you can do, whatever appreciation or thankfulness that you feel that you can give to your body, I say go ahead and do it. And if you can't, that's okay too. Now imagine what it would feel like to give this love to your body. Imagine what it would feel like to think of yourself as beautiful or handsome or attractive or healthy. To know that you're doing your best and your body is doing its best to support you. Think about how it might feel to give this type of gratitude to your body every day. Think about how it might feel to love yourself as imperfect, perfectly imperfect. Notice the kind of thoughts and feelings that you're having. Notice the sensations arising within you. Notice what it feels like to allow yourself to take up space, to accept your body just as it is in this moment, and to offer yourself love. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do this. Just say and imagine whatever you need to just the best relationship possible with your body. Alright. And that's about the end of this meditation. I think that to end it, let's do a couple deep breaths. Let's do one in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Back in through your nose. And back out through your mouth. One more time in through your nose. And back out through your mouth. Alright. And I think that this is a good thing to do for yourself regularly, you know, and like, you don't have to like overthink it or overanalyze the way you felt. If it made you feel better, if it made you feel more at peace with your body, if it made you feel like, you know, what am I doing? Why am I attacking myself for people that I don't even know, you know? Why am I not appreciating my body, you know, in the ways that it's actually showing up for me, in the ways that it's helping me every day for my whole life? You know, it's just for like the duration of this life, it's you and your body. That's your home where you live. And, you know, you wouldn't want to go outside of your house and be like, what an awful house that is every single day. It's just not, who's it helping? It's not helping you. Just accept your body for all of the things that it's given you and all of the ways in which it's tried to protect you and serve you, and all the ways in which it, you know, just continues to support you every day. And if you do struggle with this acceptance, if you struggle with telling yourself positive things, that's completely understandable. We're told so often, you know, you need to keep constantly improving, you need to, you know, find these flaws and eliminate them. But sometimes, you know, the problem is trying to eliminate all these flaws that aren't actually flaws, they're just features, they're just what's there. That's what the body looks like. And there's no real reason, I think, to go after yourself all the time. And just see if you can, when you look in a mirror and you have this sort of automatic response to what you're seeing in the mirror, and that response is negative, try and accept it. Accept this resistance, accept this critique that you're so used to doing, because you do know this is a part of you. But once you accept it and you go, okay, but I don't want to do this anymore, you can begin to consciously replace that with something positive. Consciously replace that with, you know, I like the way I look. My body is doing what it's supposed to do. It's showing up and it's helping me and it's supporting me in this way, and I don't have to nitpick every single thing that I don't like about my body today. I can give myself that. I can be my own cheerleader instead of, you know, my own critic. And that's kind of, I think that's the end of this meditation. I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. And just thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope it made you feel better. And I hope you're on your path to your highest self. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thanks for tuning into Modern Mystics. Bye, guys.